Oh, hello there. Good to see you, Site 42 staff, as well as those from the greater SCP Foundation community. Welcome to another coffee break with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site 42. I have my espresso lemonade. Do you guys have your coffee, your hydration? Are you taking care of yourselves? Foundation staff have to be in tip-top shape, otherwise you never know what's going to happen. Let me do a little whoop. Don't knock that over, please. And let's start by making sure we are not spamming in the chat. Dr. Grade, Amber, Silent Follower, Noel, Site 44, Junior Researcher Alex, Silent Follower. Good to see you all in the chat. Thank you for being members. Bored as Hell, SCP-420-J, and Moonfire. Good to see you guys in the chat, just because you're you. Good evening, Doctor. Great news. I'm learning more about my anomaly. Well, that is important. And yes, to everyone who saw the thumbnail or the title, happy Pride Month, which is just starting today. To begin the celebrations of Pride Month, as I have said, I will recommend one queer-focused SCP a day for you guys to do as sort of a book report. And so after this, near the end of stream, I'll tell you what one to go read. And then if you're so anxious to get in on the deal, get in on the party, that you can't wait for me, there is Pardon. Also, SCP Wiki's PRIDEFEST 2025, which is a wiki-focused celebration of queer SCPs and tales that you are able to go check out at your whim. They're going to be posting a whole bunch of them, so you can go check those out at your daily, because they're going to be doing that for the first 2 weeks of the month. And they're probably going to get a lot of stories, so we'll have some fun with that as well. Start. Hi, Dr. Sherman, cool shirt. Well, thank you very much. The shirt is very popular now. I got it as a gift from a student, and I've seen so many people on YouTube wearing it. So I'm like, oh, I guess this is the in shirt of the season right now. Good news, the site therapist approved me for touching SCP-113. I'm due to get it on the 5th. Dr. Queens, congratulations. And hey, on Site 42's 10th birthday, which is June 5th. Wow, congratulations and well met. So, yep, take care of yourself till then, and thanks to Desk, and thanks to the hooting and hollering from you people in chat, I ordered the one-chip challenge to do on June 5th for the 10-year anniversary. So, on that day, we will test my mettle and my courage, and we will see what happens. I warn you now, I absolutely refuse to play up my reaction. No. If that's what I'm going to do it for real. You're going to see exactly how I act in the heat of battle, figuratively and literally. And then you'll know why I am site director, because I am here to take on the problems and lift us all up here at the Foundation. Jonathan, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being the first donation. Make sure to grab yourself a plate of not-so-spicy nachos on your way past the commissary. Honestly, this chat's a little gay. Happy Pride. Also, you're super loud today. Well, I guess I'm just excited. Hoo-ha! Bro, my parents are homophobic. I'm scared. That is a really hard place to be in, and I don't have good advice. I really hope that you have a support network that you can link with to take care of yourself in that scenario. Alexander, thank you for becoming a mobile task force captain here at Site 42. We appreciate your service and your membership. And hey, because you're a level 2 member, that means you get access to the early access videos here on the channel. So enjoy those. Right now, I think we have one SCP reading up, but Synth is always cooking up some new stuff, and you'll be the first to see it. Reinhardt, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a shot of espresso on your way past the commissary. Could Virgil and Dante from Devil May Cry be SCPs? So they can't literally be SCPs, because to be an SCP, you have to be on the SCP database, and because they are copyrighted characters, we would not allow that. It just wouldn't be cool to steal someone else's work like that. But let's say for the sake of argument, so that means on their face they are anomalous, but not SCPs. They are anomalous, but not SCPs. But if the SCP Foundation had to deal with them, they've got that cracked anime video game protagonist power-ups going on. They would be like a higher form of Able, somewhere between Able and deities, which makes it very hard to contain them. And so I believe, Able is the closest analog to a fighting game character on the wiki. And so that would be it if, those Devil May Cry characters didn't keep getting power upgrade, infinity. And so, that's the kind of thing that happens in video games and stories when you need to up the ante, power creep. Therefore, if they were to exist, they would probably be independent persons of interest, anomalous. Maybe we'd have an SCP document on them, but they wouldn't be contained, because how do you contain that? It would probably be something where once in a while we'd have to team up with them and hire them as mercenaries or something. Because I do know they do accept cash. So that makes it a little easier to deal with. Speaking of which, Aether, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a steak burrito at the commissary. Hey, Dr. Sherman, Able seems to be behaving today. I didn't realize it celebrated Pride Month. You learn something new every day around here. Well, Able does not see gender. We know that. It is, as an anomaly, even though most people assume it to be male, it does not see itself as male. It sees itself as itself and just wanting to fight. Therefore, it is, I like to call it our asexual non-binary anomaly of the month. A non-binary asexual icon, that is Able. It doesn't know why people want sex, it just wants to fight. Oh, please remember, because I am out on stakeout right now, I'm in the field, my feed here does not show me donations under $5. I have to go hunting for those in a secondary menu. So if you donate less than $5, I will get to it. I'll try my best. I apologize if it takes a minute, that's all. Lila Uraraka, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a Chicago-style hot dog on your way past the commissary. Hey, sir, I think I saw 049 in drag on the way here. Oh, so it's decided to be Femme 049 today. That makes sense. First day of Pride, you're gonna throw a party. I get it. Not shocked. Dr. Sherman, do you support Pride Month? Yes, I think the L's, the G's, the B's, the T's, the Q's, the I's, the A's, and the etceteras are valid and should be fine, and all the haters and losers who don't like them can shove it. That is what the thumbnail of today's stream is. It is Dr. Sherman deploying some wrath to the Pride haters. Wearing rainbow face paint all month to celebrate. Oh, be careful with that. You gotta wash your face really thoroughly. 30 days of face paint, your pores are gonna be in a war zone, so be careful with that. I found SCP-729- Well, we got to that thing quick today. Oh, Jesus. Specifically, I'm praying to Vor Jesus for that. Maybe we'll get lucky and 5991 will eat that thing. Okay, what's the rest of your statement? I gave it a rainbow top hat and monocle. It is very dapper now. I don't even know how to feel about that. I don't want anything positive around that thing. It taints it. How smart is SCP-049? Well, researcher Durwald, 049 is of a standard, if not slightly above average intelligence. It is capable of advanced medical knowledge when it isn't just turning things into zombies. But overall, it speaks with a general cadence of intelligence, I would say. I wouldn't say it's intensely intelligent or anything like that. It's not 035 smart or anything. Gamer, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a egg salad sandwich on your way past the commissary. How long has stream been on? How long is left? Time check. We have been live for about 12 minutes and we will be live for 45 minutes more. That is the end of stream at 1:15 today. Jonathan, thank you for donating again. Idea, use the drink dispenser thing to get the essence of 729-2. Oh, wow. That came out of nowhere. Oh, son of a... Okay, we're fine. Oh, scared me. Essence of that, and then put that into a grenade to use against bigots. Honestly, I would sick 096 on them before that. That's cruel and unusual. Dark Red, good to see you in the chat. Thank you for being a member and happy Pride Month to you. How does 106 move through walls? Well, Zorabunga, it has a pocket dimension that it can summon on any surface. So it's not a perfect teleporter because it cannot teleport from just a normal standing position in the center of the room. It has to walk up to a wall, press on the wall, and phase into it to go to its pocket dimension. So, I mean, if there were a way to restrain it in an anti-gravity situation where it couldn't move, then we would have no trouble because it would just be stuck there. But that kind of technology does not exist, so we have the magnetic cube that we deal with. It's a messy, but it gets the job done enough. What if I just aggressive clapping noises? What are you applauding? You having a good time? Oh, Jonathan, thank you for donating again. Have you tried painting 106's walls black? It works on ASHPDs, so... Well, I don't know what a ashipid is, so I'm not familiar with any likes or unlikes between 106 and them, so I'm not sure if that would help at all. That being said, we do know for 106 that it does not help. The wall color does not change whether 106 can go form a portal on it or not. Ansen, fun fact, I'm born in June on the 10th. Well, happy almost birthday to you. I wonder who the gayest SCP is. Well, TicMac5, there is, in fact, an SCP called the gayest man alive. But of course, we all know that it's a joke because that means that one in particular uses gay to mean excited and happy because its sweat is heroin and it's always high. So it is, in fact, the gayest man alive. But from that perspective of the word gay, not the other perspective. That's super cool. I was wondering if I could join the foundation. Do you know where and how I can apply? Are there any jobs open? So fun fact, Zorabunga, when you are in this stream, you're only capable of doing so if you are already a member of the foundation. You see, we have a deal with Alphabet, Google's parent company, and this stream can only be reached through back channels in their algorithm, only usable by foundation staff. So if you're here, your family, what's probably happened in your case that you don't know it is that you are a sleeper agent who has just been awoken to your task. So I need you to look under your table and find the dossier with your instructions because you have some work to do. Gamer, thank you for donating again. Is Connor from Contained ethical to use in SCP stories? I like the idea of a respawning Foundation employee, and I can only think of one other, and he's the guy we don't talk about. Yes, indeed. So, yeah, there is no problem with using Connor from Confinement/Contained in your works. I mean, you just have to... It's not unethical because everything SCP related is Creative Commons, so it's free to use, as long as you cite the original source. So you have to, in your description of videos or in your credits for your stories that you write, you need to point out that Connor is from Confinement by Lord Bung. You have to put that in the credits and you have to do the Creative Commons license, meaning you release your own work that way. But otherwise, yeah, that's perfectly normal. You're just gonna have the little bit of that stain of people going, oh, is that from that thing? And you're gonna be like, yeah, but it's still not that bad. As compared to the Doctor we don't talk about where it can get that bad. Dapper, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some Cheez-Its on your way past the commissary. Request for facility-wide use of the Gender Stone. Well, only for the people who want it, okay? I'm very happy with the bait and tackle that I was born with, but for you guys who want to make that change, you can make that change. Silent Follower, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a pack of Doritos on your way past the commissary. I am an anomaly. Around these parts, that's not shocking. I love your channel. Well, thank you, Glooby Boy. I'm glad you enjoy our videos. We're doing our best over here. What is your favorite nickname for any SCP? Huh. Slushy, that's very interesting. I think of the ones that have standard nicknames that a lot of people know. I'm gonna go with Radical Larry. I just think Radical Larry's a very fun nickname. Aren't you technically anomalous, Dr. Sherman? There's video where you recognize the bodies in the water, and yet you're still here, so ... Hey, no, that's not what happened. I am not anomalous. I have no anomalous abilities or aspects. I am just a run-of-the-mill SCP Foundation site director, just as run-of-the-mill as any other. Get right off the shelf, standard edition, nothing anomalous here whatsoever. You don't gotta worry about that. What you saw was another universe version of me that saw it and actually died. And so I'm fine, but that one's not fine. And neither of them were anomalous at all, for sure. Dr. Sherman, aren't you breaking code 784, no recording in the SCP Foundation? That is not anywhere in the guidebooks. At the Foundation, we record everything. We are the surveillance state. We are the nanny state. We record everything. Even that thing you did the other night that you thought no one was watching. We see you. Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier. I can't do Mark voice that well. But Cyrus, good to see you in the chat. Thank you for being a member. Idea for the gender switching stone. If you use the coffee machine for liquid essence of gender switching stone to put into drinks with anesthetic to help with the pain. So that's a bad idea because reusing the stone has a higher length of transition failure and or death. I mean, there's already a risk of death using it just once. But every time you use it, there's more chance of death and or failure of transition. So you don't want to use it more than once. And if you digest some of that stone, then by the time the minute-long transformation is done, it's still going to be in your stomach and it's going to transform you again right then. So that is very likely to end in your painful, painful demise. What if someone with facial processing disorders looks at SCP-096? So the thing is, even if you can't process a face, you can still recognize the different aspects of a face. And as long as you recognize the anatomy of the face, 096 is coming for your lunch. So it doesn't matter if you don't have good facial recognition skills, you are still going to be in trouble. Jonathan, thank you for donating again. Anyways, I cast SCP-682, Menacing Reptile. It's an 8/8 with whenever this creature would leave the battlefield, return it with a +1/+1 counter for each time it has left the battlefield. Oh boy. Not at all OP. I see. Oh, by the way, chat, we are 30 minutes from the end of stream. 30 minutes from the end of stream. How to defeat SCP-173. We already defeated it. It is contained. It's in a box. And the containment procedures clearly say, keep the box closed, make sure to clean the floor and the drain for all the sauce that comes out of it. The nasty, nasty sauce. And that's it. It's fine. Just don't blink. We send in enough D-class that have to call out their blinks. It all works out fine. There's nothing left to do. Lila, thank you for donating again. Instead of the stone, can we work out a deal with 6113 to help anyone who wants to transition but hasn't reached their lowest point yet? Listen, you're treading two different lines here. My sympathy for the LGBTQ community is strong. I say, go team. I love the idea of helping our Foundation staff members transition in a less painful way. I do. But 6113 is a loose anomaly. And while I am sorry for it, we cannot just have a random anomaly running around doing anomalous things, risking breaking the veil. So, unless that deal included 6113 coming into containment and staying put, there's no deal to be had here. And I don't think that entity is very likely to take such a deal. At the end of the day, I'm still loyal to the Foundation. We still have a job to do here. Gamer, thank you for donating again. If me and a few people who agree with me and the Red Right Hand infiltrate the Ethics Committee event declared as members of the Ethics Committee were closing the Ethics Committee, would that work? If me and a few people who agree with me and the Red Right Hand infiltrated the Ethics Committee event declared as members of the Ethics Committee were closing the Ethics Committee, would that work? I'm a little confused as to what you're trying to accomplish there. Therefore, I don't know if it would work. Infiltrated the Ethics Committee event, declared as members of the Ethics Committee were closing the Ethics Committee. I'm a little confused as to what you mean there, unfortunately. Need some clarification. Double checking if I missed any low donos on the secret menu that I have to switch back from now. Well, salutations, Cebu Jr. Fun with Ethan, you're new. Welcome to Site 42 staff. It is not we always have to get new people because we're always losing people because it's a very dangerous job we do. But it's very important that we do this very dangerous job to secure, contain, and protect, and therefore protect humanity's normalcy. We die in the dark so they can live in the light. You know the motto. Dr. Sherman, I peered into your dream last night. Shame on you, sure? Shame. Listen, it made the tree scream, so I'm not sorry. Or at least it made the tree scream in my dream. We'll have to see if it works in real life. Once they approve the test, ethics be damned. Does SCP-049 feel pain? Yes, in general, SCP-049 does feel pain. Have you ever met with SCP-049? Researcher Goober Fart. Great professional username for a Foundation staff member, by the way. Go read the SCP-049 document on the SCP Wiki database and tell me if I have met SCP-049. Hey, Dr. Sherman, you look a bit tired today. You okay? Well, thank you, silent follower. Yes, I'm a little, it's been a bit of a weekend, but it is a bit of a successful weekend. So even though I am tired, I am victorious. And that's what matters above all. We work hard, but we work hard in victory. How do I always join when the stream hits 30 minutes left? That's quite the coincidence. Well, Super Shin, be careful. That might be an anomalous thing. We might have to study you for that. Rosie, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a kumquat on your way past the commissary. Unethical testing? I can do that for you. Name it. Well, that would keep me out of the Ethics Committee's eye line there. All right, we'll meet after tonight's shift at the parking garage, and I'll give you the details. I'm aware that he killed a fellow researcher. Wait. 049 is an it, not a he, researcher. Goober fart. Get your pronouns right here. We're at the Foundation. Anomalies are objects, not people. So 049 is an it, not a he. Don't humanize the anomalies now. I'm aware that it killed a fellow researcher. Yes, Dr. Raymond Ham. Such a shame because it seems like a nice gentleman if you set aside its interests. It would be nice if 049 did stop killing our people and turning them into zombies. Yes. But unfortunately, that is quite the weight on the bad side of its behavior outweighing the good, I think. Also, I sent you to that article because I'm literally in that article. That's why I sent you there. You asked if I met 049, and I'm saying, well, I'm in the document, so yes, I met 049. I love you, Sherm. Well, thank you, I'm an SCP. What if you showed a photo of 096 to that ducking tree? They will see it coming at them. Maybe they will scream. Alex, I like the way you're thinking, but the tree doesn't have eyes. But what if we gave it eyes? Oh. Okay, give the tree an eye transplant. That would, okay. Now you're cooking with gas. I'll add that to the list. SCP-4521 is going down. Orange Cloud, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a Chris sandwich on your way past the commissary. I'm going to give 049 the benefit of the doubt and say someone authorized it to use the gender switching stone on itself. I doubt you authorized it to go off-site and to that, quote, special club. Unless the mobile task force went there for a mission, you're damn right I didn't. But I'll have to look into the staff roster and see what its off-site antics are, what they claimed they were going to do, and what they might be doing outside of those boundaries then. Silent Follower, thank you for donating again. Petition for you to get rest. Don't overwork, please, lol. I keep a very mostly consistent sleeping schedule. I will be doing even better when I can get back to my gym rotation, because you always sleep better when you've had a good workout that day. And I have a little bit of a... It's amnestic is the only word that I can think of right now, but it's not amnestic. Insomniac. I have a bit of an insomnia episode when I don't work out, and it's been that way for 6 months now. So I cannot wait until this foot is working and I can get back to the gym and get back to a healthy situation. But don't worry, I'm fine. I'm fine. That was just a reference to the song Stress by Jim's Big Ego, which I enjoy that song. And it's great for if you're feeling stressed. It doesn't make you feel more stressed at all. Jonathan, thank you for donating again. How would you contain an anomaly with quantum entanglement powers? It alters what we perceive as luck. Well, we have a lot of quantum probability involving SCPs. And so all we need to do there is cross-reference the probability altering facts and call that a day. Think about the end of Final Destination 2, when Death is trying to chase the character Clear, but Clear is locked in an asylum with padded rooms and can't get got. That's essentially what we have to do to a probability changer, is we give them nothing to change the probability of. Then they're stuck. Gamer, congratulations on being a member for a month. I'm trying to get payback on the ethics committee. And I'm even more curious. What did they do? And how is your infiltration plan going to accomplish your payback? You're going to an ethics committee event, but what are you going to do there? That's what I didn't get. Lila, thank you for donating again. You deserve a drink. 294 has something special waiting. All right, I'll grab it after I'm done with this coffee break. Jazz Funk, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a Belgian waffle on your way past the commissary. There's a green man on a hoverboard outside my window. It looks like he's holding a pumpkin. Why is he here? Is he gonna try and sell me pumpkins? Interesting. Well, hoverboards are a technology that is not very common, but they are becoming more common. Therefore, I don't even know if I would call that anomalous anymore. So, yeah, I guess use standard civilian protocols and try not to anger the hoverboard-wielding man, because those things are dangerous, and if you get rushed, it's going to be hard to escape. C&M Series, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a... Let's say you can grab yourself a birria taco on your way past the commissary. Please help. In my universe, there's a cult that's summoning a god. They're killing us and trying to open the void. They're sending people to kill us. Please help. Well, does your universe have an SCP Foundation? Because that would be their problem, not ours. If it's outside our universe, it's not our jurisdiction. But maybe your foundation can help you out. Can you make a few calls? Do you know a guy who knows a guy? Gamer, thank you for donating again. The ethics committee shot down my idea that anyone who tries to fraternize with the anomalies has to kiss that thing. I remember that now. And I wanted to join the ethics committee and use their power to shut it down. Oh, you think you're going to join the ethics committee and then vote them out of existence? I mean, it's certainly more likely a plan to work than that time that they assassinated all the overseers, because then they just ended up as the new overseers doing it all again and getting assassinated, which led to them the new assassins becoming the overseers, which led to the overseers being assassinated by assassins, and those assassins became the overseers, who were then assassinated by assassins. Got a little bit of a headache going there. Slushy, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a snow cone on your way past the commissary. The snow cone does not need to be that epic, though. Oh, no you don't. You go back to what I wanted. You don't change gears on me. I wanted to make a joke, but word limit said no. Aw, shucks. What would happen if you put a mirror in front of the Shy Guy? Nothing. Shy Guy already knows what it looks like, and it doesn't care if it knows what it looks like because it already knows. It only cares if more people know what it looks like. And so the problem, number one, is that it won't activate 096 at all. And B, now you have two places to see 096 instead of one when a person goes into the room. So that's doubling their chance of death. That's even worse. Dr. Sullenberg here, just popping in to wish you and all members of Site 42 a happy Pride Month. Well, happy Pride Month to you too. Just a reminder, please keep safe, sane, and most importantly sanitary during celebration of this Pride. Yes, that is wise. Secure and contain and protect your well-being. Jazz Funk, thank you for donating again. Now he's monologuing about some spider guy. Ooh, wait. Does Hoverboard Man know Spider-Man? Because if so, I'm very interested in what Hoverboard Man has to say. Maybe he knows something that could help us contain Spider-Man. He's got my interest. Give him my business card. I would like to chat with this green-clad, hoverboard-riding pumpkin salesman. Sounds very interesting to me. I cast my favorite quote from Dr. Sherman about 6A2. Acid bath goes sploosh. One of the very first memes I made in short form TikTok videos. I was still trying to figure out what to do as an SCP person on TikTok back at the beginning of the COVID pandemic. Obviously, you couldn't teach dance teaching when you could not touch people and go near them, so I was out of work for a bit. And yeah, I still don't quite understand how 682 can adapt to anything, but can't adapt to the acid it's in. Logically, that doesn't make sense to me, but it's gotten to the point where I'm just like, okay, if it works, it works. I'm not gonna look the gift horse in the mouth. Just, okay, acid bath goes sploosh is fine. Wait, is Shy Guy just really insecure? I feel bad now. I mean, this whole time, all it wants is for people not to look at its face because it doesn't like its face. So, we just got to do it a favor and get rid of all the pictures so no one can see it. Then it'll be fine. CNM Series, thank you for donating again. I don't have much time. I don't have such losing connection. Well, not our universe, not our problem. I hope their SCP Foundation knows what they're doing. Opinion on the Mallow VTuber on Twitch. First of all, Dr. Akiv, you're going to have to ask Desk about that because Desk is the one who is interacting with that particular anomaly. I am not familiar with Twitch Mallow, which is honestly just a very rolls off the tongue nickname, Twitch Mallow. Meanwhile, I mean, the fact that any anomalies broadcasting on Twitch annoys me to no end. There's the whole maintaining secrecy thing. I am very thankful that our Foundation researchers in the Artificial Intelligence Applications Division have in fact done pretty good work at corralling its algorithm, so it's only seen by those in the anomalous community. But it's a hassle and it's a waste of resources, and I wish it would just stop. Dark Red, see you later. Crystal, thank you for being a member first and foremost. SCP Mr. Money is an anomalous man who can do whatever the consumer buying from him thinks he can do, so you can buy him thinking that he can make the tree scream so that he can make the tree scream. Is this an actual anomaly? Do 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 do. SCP Mr. Money. 2855, you say? 2855 is anomalously affected by business transactions made regarding its ownership. Current owner of SCP-2855, designated 2855-1, may engage in a written agreement depicting a transfer of ownership of SCP-2855 to another willing human in exchange for some amount of physical currency possessed by the purchasing party. 2855 will instantaneously be transported to the location specified in the written agreement or to the recipient's vicinity if no location is specified. Currency will be instantaneously transferred. Believed to adapt to the wishes and preconceptions of the purchasing party. Such changes appearing when 2855 reappears in the new possession of the new owner. Conform to any definitions or claims of its abilities provided in the written agreement. The limits to this adaptive ability are currently unclear. Recovered from Marshall Carter in Dark. Well, I don't see anything on testing of the limitations of 2855. So, hey, can't hurt to try, right? I'm not mad about that. You saw nothing. And Site 42 staff, we have 10 minutes left in stream. 10 minutes left in stream. No, you stop what you're doing now. No one's talking to you, robot. We're not having a robot uprising. Not here, not today. Sean, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a brownie on your way past the commissary. In the Ender's Game series, there's a virus called the Descolada, aka the Ripper of Things or Rip Apart, a constantly evolving disease that rips apart genetic makeups. I wonder how 682 would fare. I'm interested. I would love if we got a win and got that thing destroyed. So yeah, let's put it on the docket of tests. CNM, thank you for donating again. Prepare while you have time. They won't stop at ours. A dire warning from a decaying universe being overrun by an angry deity? Nah, it'll be fine. We don't gotta worry about that, do we? Aether, thank you for donating again. Dr. Sherman, we have a situation down in heavy containment. Several SCPs have breached and it's getting messy down here. Oh, hell. Okay, well, I have 8 minutes left in this coffee break, and then I will come help. Jazz Funk, thank you for donating again. Well, my alchemical journey towards producing prima materia is beginning to bear fruit. Soon Actually, wait, why am I telling you my secrets? Well, I definitely do not have any sort of anomaly that lends people to telling me their deepest, darkest secrets and telling me the truth. That is not an anomalous ability I have. That's why people lie to me all the time, because I don't have that ability, obviously. And I can totally not tell that they're lying because I am just a normal guy who is fooled by lies all the time. That's just how life is. That's people for you, that's all. Lila, thank you for donating again. Jack Harkness versus 682, who wins? Ooh. I'm not going to test it because Jack will try and fuck the lizard. I'm not going to try because Jack's going to try and fuck the lizard. That's what I say to that. Okay, with 7 minutes left in stream, I have to fulfill my obligations to Pride Month by telling you guys to read an SCP. And what you should read for the first day of Pride Month is, I think, the most popular of the LGBTQIA SCPs. It was popularized in part by my channel here because I use it all the time in conjunction with SCP-049. I need you guys to read SCP-113 because how many of you know there's a gender switching stone, SCP-113, and haven't actually read the document? It's a pretty short document and it is very thorough on the clinical tone. So when you're looking at how to write an SCP and use the clinical tone to elaborate on your story, SCP-113 is actually a really good example. So when we're done with stream in about 7 minutes, I want you to go read SCP-113 on the SCP Wiki and check that out. Bored as hell, any tales? Well, I don't know exactly what you're specifying here, and so I'm gonna guess you're asking if there are any tales for SCP-113. And to check that, I'm going to go to the Tales edition of the Series 1 page. And 113 has 5 different tales. Only God Can Judge Me and More, Pan Watcher, Facetious Fanatics, Content Warning, this is still a Foundation story after all. I know that one. That's the one where the non-binary researcher gets turned into, gets cat ears from the gender switching stone. And then there's also Transition. Well, that name of that story's on the nose. So yeah, there's some tales for 113 if you want to read those as well for extra credit. That's not bad. And let me just check something real quick. Cool, that's what I was checking. Happy Pride, Dr. Sherman. Well, happy Pride to you, Tater Tot. Dr. Sherman, I have a question on if you've ever had a minor used as a D class or smart enough to be a researcher. So, of course, there are minors in Foundation adjacent places because no one is safe from the anomalous. So there are certain anomalies like the Child Breaker. I believe that's SCP-953. Which is a piñata that kills children. It is the reason we do not have... No, that's not 953, that's the Kumiho. What is the Child Breaker's number? (956) is the Child Breaker. So obviously, we've run some tests with the Child Breaker before, and that required children. There's also the problem of, Foundation researchers date. They have kids, and those kids are born into the Foundation. So they grow up in the cadet school, the academy, and they grow up, and you have prodigy savants like Researcher James, age 5, who's written a lot of documents on the wiki. Researcher James, age 5, is a very prominent researcher on SCIPnet. And of course, my favorite child-related anomaly is SCP Trenchcoat. SCP-018-J is a trenchcoat that if you put multiple people under the age of 16 in it, everyone perceives them to be one person. This has gone as far as putting 50 children in the trench coat, and we saw them as like one super mecha person. It was wild. On top of which, we have to, when we're doing this, we're testing with, that test was not 50, it was actually 75 children. 75 D-class personnel were requested, primarily, but not exclusively, war orphans, footnote, colloquially known as warphans. So, 018-J is another child-centric anomaly. We can't exclude children from the anomalous because the anomalous is the world. It's on everybody. So we just gotta try and keep them safe the same way we try to keep all humanity safe. And that means sometimes D-class got a D-class. All right, we are at the end of stream. So, as always at the end of stream, I tell you my favorite SCPs. And of course, my favorite SCPs are not the ones I wrote, so that would be cheating. Instead, you can read my SCPs at the Sherm's author page and Site42 Hub on the SCP Wiki. And so, you may go check that out. And there's some donation links if you want to join our Patreon and get early access to videos. If you want to become a YouTube member, get a green name, badges, and also some early access to videos at a higher tier, you can do that. CNM series, thank you for donating again, mid-outro. I need to leave, my universe needs me. Okay, Poochie, I see you. And also while I'm closing out, Crystal, is this the only stream today or will there be another one? I think there may be a bonus stream later. And if there is, it's gonna be sometime between 6 and 7:30 p.m. California time. 6 and 7:30 p.m. California time. I'm not sure. It depends on some factors, but if there is a bonus stream, it'll be between 6 and 7:30. So keep an eye on YouTube during that. If I pop up, you'll know I got lucky and I popped up. So, now, with that in mind, remember to go read your Pride Month SCP assignment, which is SCP-113 for the first day of Pride. And go read 018-J, SCP-018-J for extra credit if you want to read some funny kids in a trench coat jokes. So without further ado, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are 3999, 3043, 008-J, Spooky-J, 5031, 5175, 5320, and 8980 with a big content warning that's a rough one. One more time through. 3999, 3043, 008-J, Spooky-J, 5031, 5175, 5320, and 8980, big content warning on the last one. If this is the last time I see you today, then I hope you be safe, be well. If I see you during the further stream, I'll see you during the further stream. So keep an eye out, and as always, secure, contain, protect. I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. I'm beautiful in my way, 'cause God makes no mistakes. I'm on the right track, baby, I was born this way. Don't hide yourself in regret, just love yourself and you're set. I'm on the right track, baby, I was born this way.